news. I don't know if you saw this. There was an article over the weekend where an interviewer spoke to over 60 White House staffers and members of Congress. And in this interview, they revealed that Donald Trump spends between 4 and 8 hours a day watching television. Now, a day. Speaking as someone who hosts a television show, I want to say that is too much TV. I don't want to say Trump watches too much TV, but he just asked Congress for a $10 million budget increase for the NCIS team. Literally, they just got that.
Just got
Now, today, Donald Trump denied that he watches 4 to 8 hours of television, tweeting, and this is real, he tweeted, "Wrong. I seldom, if ever, watch CNN or MSNBC, both of which I consider fake news. I never watched Don Lemon, who I once called the dumbest man on television, bad reporting." Now, it seems like he's protesting a little too much because he then went on to tweet, "I also never watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta every Sunday night. Especially now that Phaedra is off the show and they won't make Marlo a full-time housewife, even though she was the only one there for Nene when her bud was falling out in San Francisco." And Marlo was also there when she, Portia and Shure threw Kenya a fake wedding since they didn't get to go to Kenya's real wedding to her real husband. Seriously, Kenya, it's been 6 episodes since you claimed you got married and we still haven't seen him. Who is he? Bad Real Housewife. Moving on. This was interesting. According to that same article, President Donald Trump drinks, and this is true, apparently he drinks 12 cans of Diet Coke a day. Yeah. The President of the United States, he spends 4 to 8 hours watching TV and 5 to 10 hours walking back and forth to the bathroom, I imagine. 12 cans of Diet Coke a day. Even the Wolf of Wall Street was like, dude, that's a lot of Coke. After hearing that Donald Trump drinks 12 cans of Diet Coke a day, North Korea has launched their new weapons program.
Go.
Mentos, that'll get him. Some big news out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabia has announced that for the first time in 35 years, they will allow their citizens to go to movie theatres. Yeah, what? 35 years of waiting to see movies, or as we call that in America, the previews. Movie theatres have been banned in Saudi Arabia since the 80s. That was so long ago. The last time you could see a movie in Saudi Arabia, they were showing things like Superman, Batman, Blade Runner, Star Wars. OK, yeah, they haven't missed anything. They've missed nothing. And finally, has everyone been following this big Senate race in Alabama involving Roy Moore and all of the allegations against him? Well, the election is tomorrow, and the race is so tight that Barack Obama has been making robocalls in favour of the Democratic candidate, Doug Jones. Now, I don't want to be pessimistic, but if you're a Republican in Alabama voting for Roy Moore, the one thing that's not going to change your mind is a phone call from Barack Obama. Not to be like, "Oh, really? I did not know that." Obama is going to call people to tell them, do not vote for Roy Moore. And if a 14-year-old girl answers the phone, he's going to tell her, do not talk to Roy Moore. It's all right, it's difficult, I know. Hey, I know, yeah, I get it, yeah. I get it. I didn't say you had to laugh. Because it's terrifying. And on the Republican side, Donald Trump has made a robocall for Roy Moore. I don't think it was all that effective. Judge for yourself.
Vote for Roy Moore. He'll be a refreshing change in Washington. Almost as refreshing as the clean, crisp taste of Diet Coke.